First and 10, Taylor now. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Back to throw. Flushed out right. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Sentinels have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up first and 10. Moon. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. When you look at this defense, they are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
They've established themselves pretty well throughout this season, but boy, what a competitive group of people. They do not like that ranking they have now because they think that they're better, and they're out to prove it again in this game.
And his throw here is incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
From the gun, here's Moon. Eluding the pressure right. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
To throw, Moon. And complete. Gresham. Down the sideline he goes. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A big play there. 58 yards. And the Jets have cut it back within a score. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Joseph now to kick this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Big strides, look at him go. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He'll look to throw.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds it and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. And they'll send the slot in motion left. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and goal situation. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Out is Jake Bates to try the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Bates' kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Caught right side, Gresham. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 56 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. A first carry now. This is Johnson. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now Moon. That's complete right around the 8. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Moon. Dancing to his left. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Now Greg Joseph for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Joseph's got it, and they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
2nd and 9. In motion is Bo. 2nd and 9 now. Going up top. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for the touchdown. A great play there. 68 yards. And the Sentinels will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. In motion is Bo. 2nd and 9 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. Steps away to his left. And now the ball's out, fumbled near midfield. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. Out of the gun, it's Moon. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. They still can't get it. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
And every time I see one of these plays occur, I always think to myself, it takes a quarterback not only with a strong arm, sometimes with great mechanics, great footwork, obviously good vision, and sometimes just one of those to complete this type of a pass back against the grain all the way across field. And sometimes
here's a diving catch right side. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 24-17. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Out to the flat here for Johnson. And down inside the 15 he goes. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Operating from the gun. Moon. Flush to his right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. He knows what.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. But the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own 1-yard line. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Again, it's Taylor. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. They get 9 there, and in the process escaping their end zone, picking up a 1st down. They'll try the left side with Taylor. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Running left, Taylor. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Third and 12. Looking to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, if nothing else, they were able to pick up 1 first down on this drive and get it away from their own goal line. But not much happening after that, and it leads to a punting situation.
Returnable here from the 38. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Jets will take over. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
But here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throw left side, complete. That's Johnson. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On 4th down, Moon. And It's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the fourth down play doesn't work. And as a result, possession switches hands. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. One quarter remains here in Week 16. Back now here at MetLife Stadium as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. On the handoff, Taylor. There's a nice move. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal. You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Moon. In trouble, and he's taken down. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack at 2nd and 20. Up the middle, Johnson. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 14. Back to throw. Moon. This one complete to Gresham. Look at the big fella go. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 53 yards. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Buying time to his left. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the return will stop right around the 25. Well, time, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance of victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defensive side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A give for Taylor running right side. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here comes 3rd down and 7. Now they'll change things up. In motion is Bo. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting,
but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
On is the punter Charlton now as he's able to get this one away. Fielded at the 20. And he'll be out right at the 35. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
Heady on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
Moon to throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
Move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
Moon to throw. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. 106 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away.
So this crowd will not go home happy.